Okay, so we have, let's put all our pages together. That one and that one. Okay, that is super cute, and we still have to make inserts, side pocket inserts and whatnot, so we want to make sure we leave enough room. Okay, all right, I'm going to do some measuring, figure out our binding and our spine size, and I will be right back. Okay, so we are ready to make our binding. I've already made one, so you can sort of see where we're going with it. And you need a piece 2 3/8 by 5 3/4. Okay? Yeah, get my tool here. Okay. And you want to score at, place the long edge across the top of your scoreboard, score at 3/4 of an inch, and then score at 1 inch, then 1 3/8, and 1 3/4. Okay, so you have quarters. You've got 3/4 of an inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 3/8, and now you wanted to go to 2, so that's 1/4 of an inch. 2 3/8, 2 3/4, 3, 3 3/8, 3 3/4, 4. Okay, so you can see where we're going. We have 1/4 inch, 3/8, 3/8, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 3/8, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 3/8, 1/4 inch. Now we want to do 4 3/8, 4 3/4, and 5. All right. Okay, so there we are. I like to turn it over so that the side with the bumps is up. And you want to take your 1/4 inch tape. Right. Find the end of my tape here. And I am going to, I know it's, most people who can rip score tape find it irritating, I think, to watch those of us who cut it, but I cut it. Okay, so then you want to put a piece of 1/4 inch tape on that first 3/8 inch gap. Right? So in other words, you have your 3/4 inch, 1/4 inch, then you have a 3/8, and put the tape there. Skip the next 3/8, skip the 1/4, and put it in the next one. You could do this with art glitter glue if you prefer. Okay, and then repeat that. So you're going to skip the next 3/8, skip the 1/4, and put the tape in the next one. And the last one, like that. Now, the other thing that you can do before you want to burnish that, before you fold this up into your little fins, what I call fins, turn over, and on this side, put your score tape on both of the 3/8, and you want to put it so it's close to that line that's in the middle between them. In other words, you'll see what I mean in a minute here, I think. You don't want to go over that line, but see how, I don't know if you can see that. I've got a little bit of gap there because when this is folded, like this, to form a peak, right, you want the tape to be up near the top of the peak and not down at the bottom. Okay, so speaking of folding, that's what you want to do. You want to fold that in half, burnish it. I'm just going to do one so you can see. Okay, and then you're going to fold it back and fold it up, and then, you know, work it back and forth, okay? Then you can remove this tape. And press it together and burnish it well, okay? Then you want to take the next pair, 3/8 1/8" pair. Remove the tape. You will have put your score tape if you want there. You can always do it after, either way. And then fold that up. Okay. And again, you want to work these. The more you work these, the more you break apart those fibers, the more easily your pages are going to move. Okay. Do the next one. Again, just continually work these back and forth, burnish them. Right. And then we're going to do the last one. Burnish, make sure it's right, and then you're going to want to have your tape on both sides of each of these fins the way we did for the first one, and then you're going to have a 1" piece that comes from right where this fin starts all the way to the edge with a score mark at a 1/4 inch out. And what you want to do is fold on that 1/4 inch. Fold the remaining 3/4 inch into the back on both of these. Okay, so they'll overlap each other in the back. Okay. Okay, and then you can either use score tape or glue or whatever you like to glue these here. Okay, so you've got these folded back, one and then the other end, they overlap. And you can either use score tape or glue to glue those in place. Okay, if you don't want to do that, if you just want to use this without putting this folded to the back, just eliminate these 3/4 inch pieces. Okay, and then you'll just put tape in each of these spots to glue it into the book. All right, so I've already got mine made. Okay, and what I like to do with these little books is I like to actually attach the books to the binding before I put it into the cover. And so let me show you, because I've rearranged the pages from what we originally did. I really love this page, so I decided I wanted it to be the first page. So the back of that's a triangle pocket, so by necessity that meant this pocket had to go here. And there's that. And then I decided to put this little vertical pocket here with the belly band, and then we have our little wreath and our pocket at the back. Okay, you can of course arrange yours however you like. Okay, so you can do a little dry fit and just make sure they slide on, and you don't want to put them all the way down, you want to leave them up about a 1/16 inch. And again, I'm just going to pull one side of the tape off. And I just realized that I have my driving glasses on, which means I can't see it. I can see even worse than usual. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up just to make sure I didn't put that in the fold or something. Okay. Put that down. And I am gonna just, if you can hear all that thudding, that's my cat playing. She's very excited because I'm home. I've been at work all day. Okay, just gonna pull that out, up and press. Okay, so there's our first page. And I am going to excuse myself for a moment, go change my glasses. Now I can see a little bit better. All right, let's do the second one. You can do this with a large book too if you want. I just find it a little ungainly with a bigger book, but I like to do it with the small ones. Go. And be careful here. You want to make sure you get your triangles mirror imaging each other. I hope you can see that I'm not putting it all the way down. I'm leaving about 1/16 of an inch. Okay. Then we have 2 of our 4 pages in. Okay, this is going to be the third one. I had all these dry fit already, so I don't really need to dry fit them again, but it's a good idea to do it if you haven't done it yet, just to make sure everything fits nicely on there before you get the backing off the tape. Just want to make sure I don't put it in the wrong spot. Again, putting it down almost, but not quite all the way. Okay. There's that one. Okay. I think I'll turn this one over to do the last one. If you do it that way, just make sure you're careful to put it the correct way. I feel like I did not. Hang on. Good thing I took it off, because it was supposed to go like this. Okay. And not that it would have mattered if I'd done it the other way. It would have been fine, but this is the way I wanted it. Like that. Okay. And reach in there. Sorry, I'm lifting it up because I can't see the tape. There we go. I think. For some reason, the last one is often the difficult one. Okay, there we go. All of our pages onto our little tiny binding. Super cute. Okay, now let's make our cover. Set that aside. All right, as you can see, I have a piece here. This piece is longer than I need. I just cut a 12-inch strip, and it is 4 1/4 inch wide. Okay. And I scored across the bottom and, well, actually, let me turn it over. I scored across the bottom at 3/4 of an inch and at this end at 3/4 of an inch. And actually, I also scored here, but I didn't need to. Just the left edge and the bottom. Now, cardstock, chipboard is going to be too heavyweight for this. So I'm using a lightweight chipboard. This is the back of a paper pad. A cereal box, cracker box, something like that will work just fine. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. You need 2 of them, and 2 3/4 by 1 1/2 for the spine. All right, and let me grab some wider score tape. Should have taped these before I started filming, but I'll just fast forward through it or edit it out or something, so you don't have to watch all that. All right, so you want to tape the backs of your pieces of whatever it is that you end up using. All right, and we want to burnish all this tape. Double-sided tape really does need to be burnished. Okay. Okay, so let's start with one of the square pieces. Take all of the backs off of all of the tape. And then, remember where I had you score here and here? You just want to place this so that it is right up against those two score lines. And I mean, you don't have to be like perfectly precise. I mean, you want to do it as nicely as you can, but you don't need to go too crazy over it. It's just to help you out. Now, we want to have, normally I like, what is that? Normally we like to have 1/4 inch between our spine and the side of the book. And I'm going to eyeball it, and I think I'm eyeballing just, that looks like just about 1/4 inch. You can go a little bit less in this because it's so small, but I wouldn't go too much less. You still want it to be flexible and usable and all those other things. Okay. Oh, I think that's a piece of a button I was cutting up the other day. I needed a button without a shank, and I think I destroyed the button in the process. Okay. Just doing the last one. Please excuse my nails, they are such an absolute mess. This one I had broken, and my nail tech, who was so sweet, had actually repaired it, but that was several weeks ago. I was in a little car accident, and I don't know, I must have hit it on the steering wheel. But anyway, so it all cracked, but she fixed it, but then it looks like it failed, so I ended up cutting that one off, and then these got all chipped. Sorry about that. I feel as though I did not do these very straight. However, they're fine. Okay. Now, we need to cut off the excess here. And you don't need to measure it or anything. You just want it to be about 3/4 inch. I mean, do your best to make it even with the others, but you don't have to be, again, crazy about it. I just threw mine in my paper trimmer. Okay. Now, we are going to sort of pre-fold this. These are so flexible, you got to be a little careful about it. You don't want to bend the cardboard. Okay, so just get those like that. Okay. And let's see, should I use my, I'm just going to use 1/4 inch. I don't think I need 3/8 for this. And I am going to, we're doing this just like a big book. Sometimes when I make these I do more of a stack the pages binding, but in this case I wanted you to see that you can really do anything you would do for a big book, you can do in these tiny books. It's just a matter of adjusting your measurements, but the technique is the same. Okay, now let me grab my scissors and we are going to cut 45 degrees across and leave a gap of about the height of your chipboard. I tend to leave it a little long, a little wider than I need to, just because you can't put it back once you've cut it off. Okay, here we go. Okay, oops. Well, it doesn't want to come off. Okay, so let's just grab our, probably didn't burnish it well enough. Again, you will not have put these verticals in yet. They don't need to be there. But since they are, I'm just going to fold them back out of the way. Okay. Pull that out of the way. Okay. Now we're just going to fold this up and over, like so. Burnish that nicely along the edges. Okay. Now we're going to repeat this on the other long edge, which I might as well use my tool since I have it out. Okay. We'll just take these off for now. Okay, and again, just fold that up and over and burnish it. Okay, and then to do the ends, you need to make sure that you tuck these little extra end corners in. I don't know how to describe it, but hopefully you can see. Okay. Okay, there's that one. And again, I'm just gonna see if I can tuck that in. Side one wants to come up a little bit. It's a little bit. Okay. Okay, then, just like with any other cover, you're just going to gently burnish. Of course, I'm using artisan cardstock, which really doesn't split or crack, but I still want to be careful. Okay, same with that one. All right, now, our book is going to go in here, right? We're going to cover that spine. But before we cover it, I'm going to make a hole in it for my hanger. Okay, and I'm going to use my crocodile, and I do want it to be reasonably centered, so I'm getting out my ruler, and this is 1.5, so it needs to be 3/4 of an inch, and let's put it right about there. So that is 5/8 of an inch down and 3/4 of an inch in from either side. Okay. Okay. Hang on. I have my little guide here on my crocodile is too far up. Let me move it back. Okay. All right. Now we have punched our hole. You can put it up higher if you want, but I don't know. I didn't want it too close to that upper edge. All right, now I need a grommet. And if I had a bright gold one, I would use it, but I don't. But I've got this kind of brassy gold one. That'll work. And we're just going to insert that in from the outside. And again, we're going to take our crocodile. Oh, there we go. What's the matter, kitty? Hi. What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, and then we're going to use a piece of this pretty gold to hang this from our tree. I've got this little piece, but I feel like it's probably going to be too short, because I want to be able to tie it in a knot and then have it hang from the tree. I think I need something longer. Oops. What are you doing? What are you eating? Stop. No, piece of paper. All right. And there are all kinds of ways you could do this. I mean, you could attach it down in here, you know, and have it, you know, just coming up like so. But the easiest thing for me is to actually put it through here. What I meant by that, let me just repeat, would be to have the loop come out from the grommet. I hope you can see, I'm off to the side here. Like put it through like that so that it came out like that, but I think it wouldn't hang straight. Not that it's gonna hang that straight anyway, but I'm gonna do it like this, okay? And I'm gonna tie it in a bow up here, so that it can be adjustable depending on the type of tree you have. Like if you've got a tree with a lot of space between the branches, you can make it long. If you have a tree that's really bushy without a lot of space, you can make it short. Okay, so let me just cut it long. Better to be long than short. All right, and then I'm just going to leave it flat for the moment because we want to put a piece. I think this piece is too small. Pick it up and see. Yeah, that's too small. We need a piece to hide the spine. Okay, so we need a piece 2 5/8 by 3. 2 5/8 by 3. You probably have a scrap line around somewhere that will suit that measurement. Going to do now, what we could do just to make things easier on ourselves, let's see, is maybe just put a little tape underneath that just to hold it down. Why don't we do that? Doesn't need to be big. I've got some 1/4 inch right here. A little piece, and I'm just gonna stick this little piece right there. Okay, it's not really gonna hold anything much. It's just to keep this ribbon flat and out of the way while we glue this piece in. Okay, And this piece is going to go here, like this. And that's why I put these vertical pieces of score tape in earlier. I was thinking of that, but I forgot that I actually had to fold down my my wrap before I did that. So they were kind of wasted, but that's all right. We're going to do all of the edges of this piece. And just, you know, you can see that just because this is little, we're not skimping. We're doing all the things that we would do on a big album. I think part of the charm of these tiny books when people look at them is that they do have all of the features. The flaps, the pockets. We're going to do some side pocket inserts, all those things. Okay, there's that. And let's see. I think we need some more here. I could use glue for that, but I think I'll use tape because it is going to hold the pages in. Off. And I forgot to mention, let me just do it now. I don't really intend to mat this spine. I might put a sticker or something. If you do intend to mat this spine, mat it first, then put your grommet in, okay? I should have mentioned that. And you could still mat it over the grommet. I mean, it would be fine, but... Okay, so now we need to put this piece, and I'm just eyeballing it, center it side to side, give or take, and top to bottom, give or take. I'm definitely higher than center, but that's okay. You really can't tell. Okay, burnish that down really well. Be careful where that grommet is. You don't want to punch a hole right through it. Okay. And I'm just going to fold it back up again. It's a little harder because you've got a couple of layers, so just, you know, work it as much as you need to. Okay, just like that. And now, it's kind of chubby, but that's okay. We will probably do a little closure of some kind on this, like maybe we'll take another piece of this and wrap it around the middle. And tie it on the edge, which might be cute. Okay, so now, just to get this out of our way, let's go ahead and tie it. And you don't want to tie it too tightly, because as I said, it needs to be adjusted based on the Christmas tree that it's going on. So, especially if you're giving it as a gift or something, oops. You know, you need to make sure that the recipient can, whoops, does not want to stay. There we go. there we go, just a little bow on the top. Just try to tighten that a little bit. Okay. All right, so you want to make sure the recipient can adjust it as needed. Okay, now we're going to glue this right into our spine. Okay, and it should be pretty easy to just center. And I'm going to use score tape again, so just want to tape this whole spine. And there is a top and bottom because you've added your ribbon, so you make sure that, you know, if you've got a top and bottom to your pages, which you should, because you've got pockets, make sure that you put it in right side up. Okay, now this needs to be centered more or less side to side and top to bottom. That looks pretty good. Press it down. Okay. There we go. Now, oh my goodness, that does look a little crooked right there, doesn't it? Pages don't look crooked though, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so now we need to do our covers, we need to do our side pocket inserts and any other inserts we want, and we need to do the inside, front, and back. Now, if you want to, you could add pockets and things to these covers, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to mat them. So these covers, the inside, front, and back, the mats need to be 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. I'm sorry that I almost always cut my mats off camera because I just, oops, dropped that. I just don't have room on my table to cut them. One of these days I'll have to hunt around my house and see if I have something that I can rig up so that I can somehow get maybe 2 cameras going or something, so I have a B-roll or something. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's that. And I think we better do our closure because knowing me, I would otherwise forget it. Let's see, since I am not going to bind the back, I am going to go ahead and run it fully around the book. Okay, so let me go ahead and get some score tape onto the book. Let me get rid of this. I decided this poor thing, I pulled it out a couple of times to use in this thing and never did. Okay. Always feel bad. Sorry you didn't get chosen for this team. Okay. We could still use it though on the tags, because we're going to make a couple tags, I think. Of course, once you've gotten to this point, you know, you kind of can do whatever you like. Obviously, the whole book you could do whatever you like, but you know, if you don't want to make tags, you don't want to make side inserts, or if you want to make twice as many as what I'm going to make, you know, go for it. If you want to make a dozen of these and give them as gifts, you know, go for it. They don't take that long, so they can be given as a gift, and they don't use many supplies. I mean, I'm using all scraps to make this. I think I did cut one sheet of the full sheet of the red, but all right. So I am just there's that. Good. Okay. Now for the cover, I set aside a couple of things that I thought I might want to use. But this was the main one. I just thought these little houses are so cute. I mean, you won't get to see the Santa. It's going to get cut off, but I do like that. So it's the same as the inside. It's going to be 2 5/8. Okay, let me put this here. So 2 5/8 tall. And let me check the width because I think it's going to be wider than that for the width. Maybe a fat 2 5/8 for the width. Well, actually, it's just going to be however wide this is. Let's see. All right, so I cut it 2 5/8 by just a hair more than 2 5/8 on the width. That is really, really cute. And I might use a little Wink of Stella to add some sparkle to those rooftops. And that was from the 6 by 6 paper pad, this piece. Okay. Cute. I don't know, maybe I should have bound that, matted that end. No, it's kind of too late now. I could put a sticker there. I have a whole sticker sheet. Okay, and let's see, what do we want on the back? I have, that's too small. I have another piece of this, so it would match front and back. It's not very creative. How about the Santas? Just to give us a little difference. How's that look? That looks cute. Okay, we'll do the Santas. I saved all these things. I thought the stockings might be cute too, but maybe for an insert. There we go. Okay, there we go. That is really, really cute. And this is going to get tied. Now we still have to do our side pocket inserts are the main thing. And like I said, we'll do a couple tags. But let's get a look at how it's looking. Oh yeah, that is cute. I love these little albums, I really do. Okay, we'll think about that spine piece later. Let's do our side pocket inserts, which are going to be quick because I don't think I'm going to mat them. All right, so let's measure. All right, so 2 3/8, and let's start with 2.5. 2 3/8. I always just start whenever I do side pocket. Sorry, I moved away from the microphone. I always start when I do my side pocket inserts a little bigger than I think I need, do the first one, and then work from there. Okay. So 2.5 by 2 3/8. Let's see how that does. That is actually pretty good. I think we'll go with that. 2.5 by 2 3/8. I need 4 of those. Now, to make these into side pocket inserts, you can mat them if you want. I'm not going to. I am going to take move this out of the way. take my 1/4 inch round and I'm going to round the 2 bottom corners of each one, just the 2. Of course, you can do this however you like, but this is what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, then I'm going to take my scallop corner, rounder, punch, whatever it is, and those like that, thus making little like tags to go in the side pockets, just like that. And this one is going here, just like that. Okay, so now we have our 4 side pocket inserts. I'm pulling over my sticker sheets. See, like I have these tags, there's 2 of them. I don't know, how tall are they? They're less than 2.5. They'll work for us. Okay, so we're going to use those. And let's put those on a piece of red cardstock. Just grabbing scraps. Move this out of the way so you can see. And you could use black cardstock or whatever color you want. You don't have to use the red. I'm just using it because I have that whole pile of scraps out that I've been working with. Okay. Probably should have used some art glitter glue on the back of that, but that's okay. Put that over here. And then I'm just going to cut right along the edge of this tag. Just like that. And then, I shouldn't have put my crocodile away. I need it. Let's just punch that hole. That looks like a small hole. If you don't have one, the crocodile has 2 sizes of hole punch, a larger one and a smaller one. And it is very difficult to see this red on red hole, but I think I got it sort of kind of straight. Okay, so there's that. And let's do this little one. My pin was not in my glue. Let's do that. And cut this one out. Punch the hole. There we go. And we can use that little piece of baker's twine that we have not yet used. So there's a couple of tags. And let's see. And I realize I'm using scraps and you may not have the same things that I have. But use whatever you've got. And I'm looking to see. I'm looking to see what I might want to put on the spine here. See how long these bells are. Yeah, they're a little too long, I think. Well, no, they're not. They'll be fine. Okay, but I am going to put glue on the back of these. Just in case the adhesive that's on the stickers is not strong enough. So pull that up out of the way. And it just fits. Okay. wipe here. Okay, that's good. And let's see. Well, we have all kinds of pockets and things, but let's see. No pocket there, that's fine. Let's see, I think these would look good in here. Let's put our little match tags in there. And then we have a pocket. Is there a pocket there, if I remember rightly? I can't remember. So I know there's a pocket here. Yeah, so that's a pocket, and there's a pocket here. And there's a belly band. So what have we got? I think we'll just make some handmade tags. All right, so let me pull, I just want to pull one of these out and see. It's actually a good size. So whatever size these are, we're just going to make a few more. All right, so that's 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. Okay, so let me cut some pieces, 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. Okay, so then I cut this mat 2 1/8 by 1 3/8. So 2 1/8 by 1 3/8. Maybe 2 more of those. So I'm going to scallop the top 2 edges. Okay, and then we'll round the bottom. I just realized I was probably off camera, I'm sorry. Got my fancy new setup where I'm supposed to not be off camera, but I'm still managing. Such a mess here. Sorry about that. That out of the way. All right. Now I have this little joy tag. I liked this a lot. I wonder if I just want to put it here as a little tuck spot, or even just across here to tuck vertically in. Oh, and you know what? I was going to say, well, hang on, I almost put it in upside down. I want to forget that I've got to. Let me put these tags in. Okay. I don't want to put that there because I've already got the stocking. So let's put the dots. And then let's see. Let's put the stockings in the belly band. Maybe. All right, you know what? Let's put the stockings in there. And let's put this one in here. It'll close. Is that going to work? Might have to turn it, but is that going to work? Nope. Okay, so we need to make something different for here, and we need to make something different for the belly band. And we'll put these 2 tags in here together. We may need to cut those down, they're a little tall. I am going to use this. Do I want to tuck spot it here? Where I have Santa. Or do we want it back here? I like it back here. Okay. Then I think we're going to cut these down to be the other inserts, the square ones that I need. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of glue right on the bottom, and then I'm centering that there. Okay, just like that. And let me cut these. And let's see if these fit. Let's see. I think this is going to have to be cut down some. I think I might use ho there. Okay, so cut that to 2 inches by 2 inches. That looks good. Okay, I cut that a little bit bigger than 2 by 2 because I didn't want to cut into the stockings. And let's put this one there. That looks good. And let's see, I need something to tuck in there. So let me see what I've got. Okay, so I have this one. So one of the cut aparts, which we could tuck here. That looks nice. Okay. And we're all set with that, so we can go ahead and tie that again. This little ephemera snowflake. I want to put it there. Yep, that looks cute. Let's just center that right there. That's cute. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Have this little I have this joy piece which kind of echoes this one, which we could put here. And, yep, that's good. But this is a sticker. The other one was a piece of ephemera. This is a sticker, so I'm going to have to back it. Okay. Just going to do the same thing, just a little glue on the bottom. And then we're going to center it right there. And let's find something to tuck in there. But before I do, let me just go through and see if there's anywhere else I want to put one of these stickers. I don't think so. Unless I want to put something on the back. Put like December 25th or something on the back. Or I could do a merry and bright, trim the tree, which is suitable since it's given that it's an ornament. Do you want that? I think it's a little, no, it's a good size. Especially if we put it just diagonally across. Why don't we do that? I'm just gonna do that, just like that. Okay. And, okay, so I just need to find a little cut apart or something for right there. Okay, so here we have a little keep warm, which will tuck right there. And I am just gonna trim these a little shorter. I don't mind them sticking out above the book, but I don't want them too much above the book. And I'm going to cut some shorter than others so they're not all super even. I don't like it when they're all really even. There we go. if we shouldn't put something here. Deck the holes. I've got Marion Bright is a little big. Deck the holes. Doesn't seem to suit the design of that paper. I have that hashtag one, Santa Baby. That's kind of cute. All right, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. And this gets tied. Kind of a big bow, but that's, I could trim that a little bit for now. Probably could be shorter, but that'll do. And then I think the last thing that I'm gonna do, after I get my glue in my bottle, there, is grab my Wink of Stella. Just do a little sparkle on these roofs. This is just a clear sparkle pen. If you've never used it before, you can get it at Country Craft Creations. Of course, that's where I got mine. And it's so nice for adding sparkle to things without being too much. I'm not being super fussy careful with this. I'm just getting my roofs and then some. And you could add a little sparkle to the trees. Just like that. That looks really cute. I don't know, I hope you can see. I'm trying to angle it all different ways, trying to catch the sparkle. It's really cute. Okay, you can see how easy that was. All right, set that aside. All right, so we are finished with our little tiny album ornament that you'll be able to hang from your tree, and also put some little pictures that you can print off in it. I think it looks cute. I hope you liked it. I had so much fun making it. I hope you did too. And Merry Christmas in July. I hope you make a bunch of these for presents and hang from your tree and use up those Christmas scraps. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you had a good time. Happy Christmas in July. Bye-bye.